Okay, so I'm excited about the program at MCTC because it's not just going to be me making things on a machine. I do that at home, and while it's enjoyable, there's some challenges, some better challenges out there, I know. And so, I mean, I have kind of collaborated with my wife on fixing up for instance, different rooms in the house. Behind me, you'll see some artwork, and I did the sheetrock on the ceiling. I did that molding. She did the kind of plugged all the knots and stuff in the knotty pine. But then, I installed the door and painted the trim, and then installed that light fixture you see over there. So we turned this room around, and one of my favorite things is we did the hardwood floor. I sanded that down and fixed it up. So if you like working with your hands, then maybe a trade program is a good choice. You get out of high school. Um, I mean, I bounced around. I went to Menards thinking I wanted to be a manager there, and I did end up being a department manager. I started out full time. I thought it was an assistant trainee, or like assistant manager trainee program. I don't think I was, but I was full time. I was willing to move around, and I was young and single at the time. And this was after I got a 4-year degree. I didn't go back to study business or management or anything. And so I bounced around with Menards a little bit, but I moved up, and I worked at a few different stores helping open them up. And I traveled out to Chicago to become a electrical department manager. And then I wanted to do something different. And then I got into commercial photography, worked doing that freelance work for a few years, and it was helpful to be handy and having a variety of skills. I did a lot of painting of fake walls, setting up sawhorses, building stands, and stuff like that. You had to be, let's put it this way, the more skills you had and the handier you were, the more options you had to find work and to work on different projects. Um, and so I was very handy, and I was kind of a problem solver. I'm responsible for a lot of the foam on some of the Summit beer shoots in the last few years. And then I photographed a lot of jars for supermarkets, one particular supermarket. But moved on from there, and when I got a house, a fixer-upper, I went to work for Home Depot because I thought I could do some freelance stuff, get some health insurance from a Home Depot part-time, and still have a wage from Home Depot. And then my wife came along. She moved in. We had our kids, and I stayed home with the kids. And I've been doing that for about 12 years, I guess. And we also have a dog. So that's mostly fallen upon me to walk him around. But now that the kids are a little bit older and everything's a little bit more stable with them with school and stuff, and the dog just like sitting on the couch, I'm my wife researched the programs, and she talked to me, and she thought it would be a good fit to try the CNC machining program and to really get some skills and some training that could lead to a variety of manufacturing careers, not just hands on the machines, but also like robotics programming languages. We have one. We have Paul Figge, who's the full time professor. I don't know if they call them professors, teachers. But anyways, he actually helped set up some robotic manufacturing lines, and he's told us some pretty interesting stuff about how his skills apply to teaming up and working with other people to bring something cool to life. And so, just like I teamed up with my wife to collaborate on a bedroom, I put in that nice bifold door. Like I said, very proud of the way the floor turned out in the old house. Um, and then, oh yeah, I put in that window, and then I think I hung the shade. And then even this dresser over here, bought it from a friend for 25 bucks. It was spray painted black, and I refinished it. I created a refinishing channel that nobody watched, but that's fine. I just like keeping awesome furniture out of the trash. So I do all these things. I've done all these things, and just it's the next logical step is to get my hands on some metalworking machines and see if I can move into working in the manufacturing industry. Um, so it's an interesting challenge, and so far so good. I will talk more about the specifics of the actual courses and what I'm doing in case you're curious. And if you're wondering, I am the oldest one in the class. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see what happens. The school is Minneapolis College Technical College. It's MCTC. That's how I always say it. I don't know if I know what MCTC stands for. Technical College Community, Minneapolis Community and Technical College. Anyways, you can find it. MCTC. Um, I made a video about how nice the parking ramp is, but I wanted to share more about how I got into this. And for all the dads, they're at home right now that have always been kind of handy, but you didn't, being a full-time handyman seemed like kind of a stretch. But you thought with the right training, you'd like to work with your hands or at least get into something where you're producing something real. Sometimes, I mean, I've done some computer work. It could be a little unsatisfying because it's just there in the machine. But, if you make something you can sit on or a table you can eat at or a plant stand by the window or, like I said, refinishing this dresser, my kids are using it every day. So when you do something like that, it can be a little bit more satisfying. It's just who are you and what do you want to do? And so if it seems like what I'm talking about makes sense, contact the school or contact a school close to you and check it out. All right. Like and subscribe if you want, see what happens, and stay in touch. And thanks for watching.